Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I was very interested in all the testimony. To the witnesses, I have a district that includes the San Gabriel Mountains and LA County. We've had tremendous issues with drought, and we had a very heavy forest fire, threatened homes and evacuated thousands of people. The Los Angeles County Fire Department was forced to stop aerial firefighting due to presence of private air drones. What can you say about what is being done or can be done to prevent or stop the drones from emergency sites where they cause interference?
Well, ma'am, if you were talking specifically firefighting, we work very closely with Interior. Mr. Mark Bathrick is a good friend of mine. He runs our aviation section, and in fact, we're working on a challenge that they have now. But we work with them. I know AirMap also has worked with them to put out airspace warnings much more quickly than it's been done in the past to tell everybody to stay clear. And then also, if you're even alluding to law enforcement and first responders and those kind of things, we're also pursuing ways of getting a notification out through air traffic.
It would be nice in California, we have the public access television channels, all cities have them, that you might be able to send the message about how it should be operating under circumstances that might threaten other folks. Then I recognize the use of unmanned systems by first responders provides an effective opportunity to help them, the firefighters, the police, and the emergency personnel. Federal government helped or hindered the ability of local and state agencies to use unmanned systems.
I'm sorry, ma'am, what was the question?
Has the federal government helped to hinder the ability of local and state agencies to use unmanned systems?
Sir, ma'am, I think we've continued to work to improve the ability of first responders to use the vehicles as a necessary tool. We know the value involved. Behind me is Andy Nolly, who's one of my new detailees. Besides FA, he is a reserve police officer, and I've asked him over the next year of his detail to me to improve our ability to support them.
Every state has their own laws, so are you finding it helpful to work with the states?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Clearly, we've extended information through our counsel's office on some of the preemption issues that were mentioned, and we're working additionally some of those issues, I think, through our stakeholder engagement like the DAC.
One of the questions that I usually ask is, what is your budget? And do you have an adequate budget to be able to look at the technology coming in and all the things that you are tasked to do?
Ma'am, thanks for that question. I can't imagine any organization that says they have enough resources, but to our discussion today, we have the safest aviation operation probably in the world, again, the density. We've been doing that for decades.
Yes, but this is a growing industry.
Exactly. But we've had to take the same resources we had for traditional aviation. No one's relieved us of those duties and obligations, and yet now we have a whole new form.
Precisely. Do you have enough budget?
It's not just money. I think we need help in IT because everything's going to digital. We do need assistance in that area, but I'm not prepared to walk through the dollars and cents or manpower at this time, ma'am.
Yes, in the industry, I assume the industry gives you information as to what their findings have been, so you can have more information on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we work closely. I think it's an interesting balance. Public-private partnerships. There's a lot of money that's coming with this in the sense of private equity and venture, but we still have to partner with them. So we need to move along quickly as well.
And to the rest of the witnesses, do you have any training programs so people know if they're interested in joining the industry? Classes? Schooling?
Yes. So, go ahead, Brian. Yes, we have a program that that we've stood up in the U.S. We've already trained over 1,000 pilots in Australia, and then we're working with universities, high schools, insurance providers, and et cetera, and training people on how to do drone operations safely and comply.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, gentlemen. Ma'am.